Welcome to Calvary Sisters platform, the taste of tribes. I'm taking you to Upper East, precisely Kandegalongo, and we are going to prepare a food called tintoro, a food made from the flour of beans. So what we will need is beans, dry beans. So we are going to send these beans to the corn mill for it to be grounded into beans powder so that we use it for the food. It's similar to that of tubani, but a different method of preparing it. We are using beans flour to prepare tintoro. So this is the flour I just made from the corn mill. So we are going to put some of the flour in a bowl or in a silver, in anything, so that we will mix it with water. We will make it light, it will be heavy, so we will need it for it to raise before we use for the food. So we need it. Those who know how to prepare kose, we need it just like they do to kose for some time before we use to prepare. So here we go. These are the ingredients we will require for the food. We have beans flour here, and this is dry pepper. We have bitter salt here, and then shea butter. And then I have salt. That's all we need for the preparation. And also we will need water and fire. That's all. Of the flour. But before then, we have to get our fire ready, and then you put some water on fire so that the time the flour will be ready, then you go ahead and start the cooking. So we put some water on fire while we knead the flour. Any quantity is okay. There's no measurement, so any quantity. Any quantity of the flour that I want to use. So I can decide to use all the flour if the people is going to eat, if there are many, but I'm only using this one because after preparation we are only two, we can't consume everything, so let me limit it to this. Add some reasonable amount of water onto the flour, and then when you mix it with water, it should be thick. It should be thick like this. By the beginning, you see that it will be like it is sticky, but you will knead down until it become lofty and light. Then you add some more water to it to make it somehow softer, so that when you after cooking, it will not be difficult to swallow. So I'm kneading the flour now. That the flour is ready for cooking, drop small piece of it into water. If it suspends, means that it is ready, but if it sinks, it means you have to knead. So you can see that I dropped some in the water and it is sinking. It is floating on the surface of the water. That means it is ready for cooking. Now that the flour is ready, I'm going to add some small amount of salt to it. Then I'll add some small water so that it will be soft. This is how the flour is going to look like. You can also make it lighter than this. And make it a bit lighter than this, but not too light. But me, I prefer this way. I was supposed to use 2 pots that are of the same size, but in this case I'm not having such, so I'm going to use the silver on fire plus the one here. So what we'll do is that we'll be spreading the flour in this silver Then you capsize it on the hot water on fire, and then we allow it the vapor to cook the food. We don't put them in water, we use vapor. So after spreading it there, we capsize it on the one on fire so that the vapor will get direct contact to the food so that it will get cooked. For us to continue the process, I want to turn this pepper into powder because we'll be eating the food with powdered pepper and salt. So as we wait for the water to boil, I would like to try and grind this thing into powder. Like using the mortar and the pestle will be easier, but I didn't get some, so I'm using the earthenware to try my best. So there we go. More salt was added to the flour, so I've added small 1 2 to the pepper. Okay, before we will cook, we are going to add small bitter salt to the flour. So this is the local one. This is the local one that has been powdered. Here we go. Our water is boiling, so I'm going to start spreading the needed flour in the silver. So this is how it goes. So this is how it will be in the silver. I've capsized it on the boiling water, so I'll allow it for some 5 minutes and then I will check whether it is well cooked. Flour is already, the powder is almost ready. Time for me to remove the silver and see whether the food is well cooked. Now the tontoro is ready. As you can see, it's just like tubani, but different methods. But this one tastes greater than tubani. The taste of this one is very I can't describe it. You see. So what we will do now is we are going to spread pepper and then shea butter in it. Then we start eating. Now we are going to melt shea butter and then you fry onions inside. The shea butter I melted and then I added chopped onions to it. Try to fry for some time, then you sprinkle the oil on the food. Now the tempura is ready. This is how it looks like. So I'm now going to add pepper and oil to the food, and then it will be ready for consumption. So here's the pepper. You add oil plus the chopped onion on the food. If there's no plenty oil in it, you can't eat. So I've added plenty oil and onions on the food, and then it's ready for eating. So now the food is ready for consumption.